I want to show you a tweet put out by a friend of mine recently, commenting on a picture from a recent pro-Palestine, well, I should say rather anti-Israel, pro-Palestine. They're not pro-anything. They're just hateful, anti. If they were pro-people, they would be going to protest the far greater massacres, human tragedies that are occurring, not just in the rest of the world, but among Muslims in the Middle East. Think the Democratic Republic of Congo, think Sudan, think Syria, Muslims in China, 1 million oppressed Uyghurs. But no, it's not about being pro-people. It's about hating the Jews. And as he points out in this picture here, where you see people giving the Nazi salute, he says, a Hitler salute in front of an anti-genocide banner. This perfectly encapsulates the hypocrisy of the extreme factions of this movement. Their accusations are in fact projections, or as Vasily Grossman, the late Russian author, put it, anti-Semitism is basically where they accuse you of what they are guilty of. And I wanted to show you a few more pictures that are very much in a similar vein to this, because the point is that the mask is slipping. I'm saying now, it's not justice for Palestinians, it's keep the world clean, it's get rid of Israel. That's what it's about. We're seeing more open, clear, explicit anti-Semitism. This was a Lebanese scouts club there where they're giving the Nazi salute. And by the way, it's not surprising. We've been seeing this for a very long time in the Middle East. This was a football match where when Israel was playing, there were all kinds of salutes, Nazi salutes. And the point is that, yes, they were more honest about it in Middle Eastern circles about their anti-Semitism. But I think it was in Europe and the West hidden by, behind a bit of a veneer. There was an assumption that perhaps maybe it is actually a genuine concern that they have for just Palestinians who want a state of their own. And now we're starting to see more and more, as the tweet pointed out, what it's really about. As Dr. Enaut Wolf said, let's just get up that quote. Oh, sorry, it's got a little bit big. I'll shrink it for you so you can see it. She said, we're reaching a tipping point where the actual situation of real Palestinians will cease to matter, as Palestinianism will have served its purpose as the mask behind which the 75-year incubation, growth, and global unleashing of ideas, illegitimate after World War II, could take place. The mask is slipping. And I'm seeing this even in the comments now. We did a video just yesterday unpacking a post that a social media influencer and just businessman Dan Bilzerian posted, where it was all kind of quotes from the Talmud that had been either totally distorted or totally taken out of context or were just completely fake. And we see so many comments there saying, free Palestine, we're now going to come after you, free Palestine, What's this got to do with Palestine? It's got everything to do with it. The Jews have everything to do with it. It always was about a hostility to the Jews. That was the point. And so some people look at this and they think it's concerning. I have to say I share that concern, but at the same time, something I said to someone recently, and they actually said I'd never thought about it like that, is that at least, there'd been so many prior wars, prior excursions between Israel and Hamas over the last 2 decades. But I think for some people who are supportive of Israel, they would kind of maybe give a little bit more time to and sympathy and hearing to the Palestinian narrative and side and concern. But this time, things have become so clear. After October 7th, when they celebrated the genocide, the mini-genocide that occurred that day, when we saw people going into the streets, celebrating, cheering, doing everything they could to excuse, or even more than that, justify Hamas, deny the atrocities. When we see from Ivy League professors who we might think, they must have a good sense of what's going on, they say that calling for the genocide of Jews somehow depends on the context. When we see journalists like Al Jazeera journalists decrying Israel while at the same time hiding hostages inside their homes and imprisoning them in Gaza. And UNRWA staff and everything where we hold maybe a tiny place in our head thought maybe there is some legitimacy to what they're doing and everything. Now things have become crystal clear. And that surely is a good thing, because moral clarity is the first step towards solving this. I'm a big believer in peace through strength, but the way to get strength, to have that peace, is through moral clarity, knowing what is true, knowing what is false, knowing also who the enemy is and knowing how to deal with them, and also who they are not and what they're prepared to do. So I'm grateful for this kind of now explicit removing of the veil that was hiding, of the veil that was containing the hatred that was hiding behind virtue, because now at least we have that clarity.
Thank you so much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help support JTV to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.